everybody. It's still doing it. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to this TNT Tabletop. Again, I'm your host Tony, and today we're going to be continuing what we did yesterday. Um, we the posse managed to what did they do? They took down the ghostly entity inside a castle that was owned by a feudal clan, and so they did it. They won. So therefore, we don't have any failure problems. Which, as I've noticed, they were all madness. But Cosmic, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome back. Um, so continuing from yesterday, since we completed the mission, we're now traveling back to town, and in order to get to town, we have to do a whole mess of prep. Um, well, actually, it's called the travel. I think it's called the travel phase. And so what it is that we're rolling to see whether or not awful things happen on the way back to town. So let me go ahead and it's going to be, I'm going to let you all know right now, it's actually going to be a relatively short stream. I do have at around 7 o'clock Central Time, I have a collab that's going on with another group. So I'll be switching from my Mac and all this wonderful stuff to my video gaming stream, and I think we're playing Peak tonight. I'm unsure, but I think we got a decent sized group, and I'm not sure if we're gonna leave it open. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It'd be more players the better. So I think we might leave it open for you all if you want to join. But either way, so that's going to be happening well, what time is it right now? It's going to be happening in about 3 hours. So I think we'll have enough time to do definitely enough time to do the travel, definitely enough time to do the town stay stuff, and then we might be able to start the next adventure. And I chose the basic mission for the next adventure, because I want to increase my chance of going to another world. I mean, there's always a chance on other missions, but at the same time, I also kind of need some Darkstone. I need to upgrade some gear, and the Darkstone mission's the best mission to get a whole bunch of Darkstone. So I need to upgrade their... Now that I got all these new weapons that came in, I need to upgrade their gear. But yeah, so what I'll do is that we'll end the stream at around 6:45, or actually in roughly 2.5 hours, 2.5 of an hour. And I'll just pick up from there. I'll leave everything here on the table as is, and then we'll pick up from there. And we might be able to do the rest of the adventure and town stay, possibly another section of another adventure. But eventually, I would like to jump into. I created 4 characters about a week ago. I created 4 Tredarans. I want to try the factions part of the game that they added in the last Kickstarter. I really want to do the Vikings. I really want to try the Conquistadors, but I'm so partial to the Tredarans that, I don't know, it's just so cool to play a kill team. And I'm like, going through this as a kill team and getting bonuses from everybody doing their job just sounds wicked cool. So I haven't tried it yet. Oh, I did try it, but I only had 2 characters out of the 4, and I don't think we got all the benefits of having a leader type character, an engineer, and all that. I'm pretty excited to try that out. But again, we got a lot more rules to follow because the last Kickstarter added a whole mess of things. So let's begin. And yeah, the bar down here is still there. I know exactly why it's doing it. The moment I saw it pop up, I was like, I programmed it to come in after the intro, so my bad. But I'll get it fixed, and I'm going to do my best today to stick to using it, because I built that thing for a reason. I need to force myself into using it. It might take me a little bit longer to process things, but eventually, in the Discord I did post that I found some new, not found, it's code that I've been using, I just never thought of using it for this. But I can use a variable to kind of switch in and out different modes for that panel. So I can be like, it's an edit mode. So now all these keys that I'm limited to using will be in edit mode, so I can actually edit every little individual piece of that bar. Then I can have it, once I have it do that, I have it reset back to normal mode. Shock Blazer, how you doing, brother? I'm going to be playing tonight some, I'm guessing Peak from the sound of it. And while we're here, so this week my goal is to add some custom stuff for followers, raids, and subscriptions. So I'm not going to use Twitch's stuff. I'm actually building everything into the stream, and I'm going to be using not hot links, what are they called? Webhooks to grab bits of information to pull into the stream, and I'll have my own thing playing instead of using Twitch or any outside sources. This way I have full control over what you see, and I'm going to create some really crazy looking animations for it. So let me do this first. Gotta help out the team. There we go. Yeah, definitely check out Shock Blazer. He's a lot of fun, got a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy, has a great community. If you enjoy watching a variety gamer, Shock Blazer is definitely top tier, very much. And he plays with a lot of great people too. So his Wednesday sessions are hilarious. So first thing we need to do, and I created myself a cheat sheet, so I'm not using these anymore. And on top of that, this I got so, you know, it's funny. I'm telling myself I need to take a break from working on this stream, but every time I turn around, it's not working again. I'm just noticing. Give me 1 second to try to fix this. There we go. That's another thing I need to fix. The bugs galore, right? But anyway, so it just dawned on me. I was like, why didn't I think about this in the first place? I have these 4 panels, right? I have these 4 panels, and I'm like, why don't I feed some of my displays that have these scanned into those panels? And then you can see what I'm cycling through. I can just kind of zoom in on one and be like, you can see what's happening. I'm going to set that up this week because I want you all to be able to read these because they're pretty hilarious and they're pretty awesome with what can happen. Also, do you want to start at 7 p.m. Central or Eastern? I don't mind either. We'll start at. I don't mind. I'm. Yesterday's 6-hour stream burnt me out a little bit. I mean, I'm taking some energy drinks, so I'm getting a little bit hyper. But either way, I know I'm probably gonna drain out in probably 2.5 hours. So I'm thinking the 7 p.m. Eastern is perfectly fine. I'm just gonna shut this down and go over to my PC, and I guess we're gonna collab. Are you streaming tonight? But anyway, my plan is to put one of my displays that has all my panels, all my information into these. And another thing too is I was also thinking that I can, when I scan my character cards, I can probably just put the character sheets inside these panels, and y'all can see the information, like their gun, the weapons, and all that. So once I get all these things set up, which is gonna take me a while, I'm excited for it though because I want you all to see. I want you all to see like everything that's happening and why I'm rolling all this stuff. Unique! Oh my God, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. But yeah, so I'm planning on adding all that in here because I want you all to see every little bit of information. Let me know if I'm overwhelming you all though, because once I built that guy down at the bottom and I put all this stuff around, I'm always getting nervous that I'm adding too much graphics. But I'm also being told all the time. Well, not told. I used to work in broadcast, so if you watched the movie Anchorman 2, what's that line that that Will Ferrell threw out there? Need more graphics. People love graphics, and I mean, you know what? I'll come out and say it. It's for someone like me who's got who gets distracted very easily. Graphics is a great thing. So, but we'll see what happens. So that's my goal. Is I really want to set all that up so you all. That's okay. Another bug. That's okay. I can get all this fixed. So I just need to spend a day. But anyway, so that's my goal, is I want to set those panels up to display information. I've always been like, what am I going to do with these things? I was like, well, I can like, if you all join in, I can put your portraits in there, and like from Discord, and we'll have a live feed of you in those boxes. So people can see your beautiful face as we're playing the game, as well as your voice from the Discord. But now I'm like, when I'm playing by myself, I can just transfer all my displays with my character sheets into those screens. So this way I can be like, zoom in on one, but I might actually have them, when I zoom them in, I'm going to move them because they're set up for the original plan. So let's go back to the campaign. I'm good, boss, currently at work. Well, I'm glad you're joining in, man. Like, and I hope you enjoy the stream. It's really, I'm playing, if you're not familiar with it, I play a game called Shadows of Brimstone. I dedicated the stream to that game because it's like my ultimate favorite board game ever, and it's like playing Dungeons and Dragons, but the Old West, feudal Japan, and you're taking on Lovecraftian horror and all these other things, and it's just a flippin' blast. So, and I'm also trying to set this up so that you all can join. Uh, Ideally, I don't want to play. I just want to sit here and direct and rules, jump into the rules and stuff, and let you all come in and play your characters. Uh, when I finally get the character creation tool set fixed, because Photoshop didn't do a good job at organizing everything, I have to manually do it myself. That's going to be a serious 2 weeks worth of work. But I never played any kind of board games. Oh, Unique, you're missing out. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I was never into board games, so I had a friend come over with a game called Arkham Horror, and it was the second edition, to another friend's house. We all gathered around and played it. We played an 8-player session, and it got crazy. Like, the storytelling's great. Like, you read the cards and it tells you what's going on. Like, you're following these characters into all this chaos. And that's a game I'm hoping to add to this stream, too. It's just I'll never be done with Shadows of Brimstone. But one day, like, I do kind of want to transfer over to some Fantasy Flight titles. I want to start scanning some of their cards, adding their information into this game, and Love a Bustle, awesome! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So you're kind of catching me at a point where I'm just starting, and we're gonna now go into this is Shadows of Brimstone. It's basically Lovecraft horror versus the Old West versus feudal Japan and a whole bunch of other things, and it's a dungeon crawler. So it's got basically all the mechanics that you would have from like Diablo and all that. Deviant Spectre, welcome! Oh wow, awesome! And thank you for the follows, by the way. So love Eldritch Horror, Mansions of Madness, Cthulhu, Death May. Oh, I have Death May Die too. Miss Vilipsy, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I'm with you, Cosmic. I have Eldritch Horror. I used to have the first edition Mansions of Madness. You know what? Let me do this for a second. So I used to have it didn't go up. I used to have the original first edition of Mansions of Madness. Loved it. I loved the fact that you were the keeper. I love the fact that you can actually like come over to a player and be like, "Hey, I have a card that makes you turn against the rest of the team and you win if I win." That was awesome. Like I just loved all the chaos in Mansions of Madness first edition. Second one came out, it was really cool, but I felt like it took away the magic of having that player error and having a human brain actually deciding what to do instead of going logically. Because I was that type of person that, you know, I'll come out and say it. I'm not like a super genius or anything, but I'm always that wild card. I do stupid things, and somehow it works. Because I used to pick on people when I played Mansions of Madness. But yeah, I used to have the first edition. I got rid of it years ago, and I regret doing that. I do have Death May Die. I have the last 2 Kickstarters, and I do also want to add that to the stream. But I also have, I just got in Elden Ring. I got in the base game. The box is enormous, but I got the base game, and I got I accidentally bought an expansion before I bought the base game, so I got an expansion and that. But I also have, and I was telling Shock Blazer about it too. Shock. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Love right back at you, man. But there's a what's that PlayStation title? How can I forget the name? You know, I bet you the box is right here. No, it's not. FebChen24, welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow. We're going to be getting into this here in a second, but there's a game called Oh, come on, Tony. It's a Souls game. Shock, you know what the name is. But, I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, it's another Souls game. It's strictly on PlayStation. Buh. Starts with a buh. I could be wrong. But anyway, I've got that. And, Bloodborne. Thank you so much. Oh, and I knew it was like, I was thinking Brood. I was like, Brood something. You know what? I swear to God, I'm going dyslexic. Yesterday I was saying Blood instead of Brood on one of the cards. But anyway, so I've got Bloodborne, and I definitely want to add that to this as well. It's just, I have to create a generic version of this stream. If I want to make a stream specific for a game, it's going to take time. Just like Shadows of Brimstone, it took a long time to build all this. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into... Oh, I'm so far off. Demon Souls. Yeah, that would have been cool if they added it, if they did Demon Souls, but they've done Steam, is it Steamworks Games? Steam Forge? I forgot who it was, but anyway, they made Dark Souls. They made the Dark Souls board game, and they also, I think they did the Elden Ring, but they also made a Monster Hunter board game, and it was good. I love the card parts of the game. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to the adventure. And I need to, I really need to debug that. It's an easy fix here to do this, but still, well, oh, shock, you're going to make me do it. It bugs me. So, let me go ahead and put all these guys away. Okay, I know exactly where that's coming from. That's why I haven't been using them. Okay, so let's get back into this. We'll turn the background off. Oh, look at that. We got the town stay look for the feudal village as the background. I have this thing whole programmed up for every little bit. So first we need to do what I do. Dude, you're the one that does all the puns. Like, you know, I was thinking, oh, I got all these bugs to fix, and it really bugs me. And I was like, I'm totally... Iceman for life! How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So, let's see what I gotta do here. So the first thing I have to do is we gotta decide what size town we're going to. Let me get my dice roller ready here. So, we roll a d8 first, and this is why I really want to put all that information inside those boxes, because you'd be able to see what I have to roll on and everything. One of these days, I will add that. But the first thing we need to do is, let me get the travel chart here. Okay, so we have to decide what size village we're going to do. And let's roll a d8. If it's on a 1, 2, or 3, we have to go to a small village. 4, 5, and 6 is a medium village. And then a 7 and 8 is a large village. Now, generally, the game lets you choose which village. I personally like to keep the randomness happening, so I chose to create some rules and to kind of make this more random than normal. So 3, we're going to a small village. So what that means, the rules about going to a small village on the travel stay is that each hero has to make a travel hazard check on a d6 roll, and on a 1, 2, or 3, we get a travel hazard. If we went to a medium village, each one of them created a travel hazard no matter what. If we went to a large village, it would have been everybody gained a travel hazard on top of a dice roll. So we've been to, like, I think the last 2 villages or 3 villages were a large, so I'm kind of grateful we're going to a small. And since we succeeded the mission, we're not seeing anything being destroyed this time around. So let's move on. It's going to be a small village. This guy right here. So it's only got 4 buildings, but we didn't really make too much in that last mission. We just gained a whole bunch of items, and I might just go ahead and sell them. But what we do need to do is we need to roll on those. If I can get my book. Come on, let go. There we go. That's the Forbidden Fortress adventure book for the feudal village. It's a whole separate expansion for the game. You're right back. Gotta help the wife with something. Also, I may have shared your Twitch in support stream. Awesome. Thanks a lot, bro. Appreciate your support as all the time, man. So let's go ahead and roll for those d6s and let's see what happens. So First, we'll start with. Let me change the initiatives here. There we go. So first, we'll start with Enrique. He's got to roll a d6 on a 1, 2, or 3. We get a travel hazard. We get 1 travel hazard. Next is Montana. We get another travel hazard. Next is Isamu. We get another travel hazard. And then finally, poor old Murph. We get another travel hazard. Yeah, Cosmic. I put in poor old Murph because of how many times you posted that yesterday. Poor Murph. So we have 4 travel hazards total. This could be good, could be bad. But now we have to roll and see what happens. 33. So let's go into the Feudal Village travel hazard chart. 33. Harried by hellbats. As the heroes move through the countryside, dark swarms of hellbats follow ahead, swooping down to terrorize them as they go. Each hero must roll a d6 for every darkstone they are carrying. We got Montana with 2. Is it including items? Including items that have darkstone attached. So we got 1, 2 on we got 3 on Montana. We got 1, 2, 3 on Isamu. I don't think Enrique has anything. Oh, no, he does. He has 2 items. So 2, 3, 3, and 3. So in that order, we got 2 on. I'll just take their models and put them here. So we got 2 on Enrique, 3 on Montana, 3 on Isamu, 3 on Murphy. So now we have to make rolls, apparently. So each hero must roll a d6 for every darkstone they are carrying, including items with a darkstone icon and items with darkstone upgrades on them. On a roll of 1, that darkstone shared item is snatched away by the hellbats and carried off into the night. Luckily, we have... Oh, this could be bad. So, luckily, we have some grit that we can spend. Do we have any tonics? We do. I'm going to go ahead and spend those tonics to give myself some additional grit. And I'm going to give it to who needs it the most. People I don't want to see their items being stolen. Montana needs it. Enrique could need it. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Isamu. That is very important for him to keep his weapon. As we saw the last mission, he beat the living hell out of some monsters. So, everybody but Enrique has... But he has 2 items that could get lost. And you can't re-roll anyway. So, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to take that away from Isamu. And I'm going to put it on Enrique. Because he's got 2 pistols that both have darkstone pieces on them. So, we'll start with Enrique. And he needs to make... We'll start with darkstones. He does not have any darkstones. So, it's going to be his 2 pistols. So, don't roll 1s, Enrique. Okay. Enrique's safe. His pistols are good. We'll start with the darkstones on Montana. She's good. And her rifle. Her hunting rifle. They could potentially steal the hunting rifle. Montana's good. Next is Isamu. He's got 1 darkstone, so we'll do the darkstone first. And then next is his outlaw club, which has multiple darkstone pieces on it. That was a close one. So Isamu's good. And then, of course, Murphy, who does have 2 grit, but he's got a pickaxe that has... Oh, God. If he loses his heavy pickaxe, I'm going to be upset. So we'll start with his darkstone. So he's got 2 darkstone. Let's see if they steal it. Nope. And his heavy pickaxe. Good. The hellbats really, I guess they just came down and annoyed the hell out of the team, and that was pretty much it. So that was the first travel hazard. Off to a good start. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Is that a 46? 46 would be Marching Samurai. Traveling the road, the heroes come upon a massive army of samurai heading toward the same town to reinforce the outpost there. When the heroes reach town, any rolls on the campsite hazard chart or the town event chart are +1 to roll. That's awesome. So we got a good thing there. I'll go ahead and just jot that down on one of my sheets. That's another thing I need to add to the stream, and I keep saying it, is a notes section for continuing effects and stuff. So +1 on town stay chart. Next, we got Isamu's travel hazard 24. Usually the lower we go, the worse it gets. Traveling Ronin. Meeting a this is a good one. Meeting a masterless samurai on the road, he offers his services to the group as a guide and protector against the evils of this land that he knows all too well. The heroes may collectively pay the Ronin $50 per hero to utilize his services. If so, you may cancel any further town hazards rolled until you reach town on a d6 roll of 3+ each. Choose to cancel or not after each further travel hazard rolled. Okay, so yes, I've had that before, and it saved my team big. Because I think I had a possession one time, and I was like, let the Ronin handle the possession, please. And it saved the team because possession's pretty bad. You could lose, straight out die. A character could straight out die. So everybody's going to spend... what I'll do is the richest person on the team, obviously, is going to be poor old Murphy. So I'm just going to remove monies from Murphy. Make this a little bit quicker. And they've been around each other long enough to trust each other, is what I suspect. Especially Enrique's heroism, the last adventure. So it's 50 each, so 200 gold. It's right in front of me. 200 gold. And I need to type in negative 200 gold. My bad. So negative 400. There we go. See, it works. I need to be pointing this way. So the next travel hazard, we're gonna see what it is. It could be really awesome, could be beneficial, could be really bad, or we can just choose to ignore it altogether. So let's see what happens. On Murphy's, we got a 36. Did we just do that one? We've done it before, and yeah, I want to avoid it. It's called Escaped Prisoner. Running across an open field, a man in tattered clothes skids to a stop on the road in front of you. Your horses rear and kick, startled by the aggressive movements of the stranger. "You've got to help me," he shouts. "Cut my bonds quickly! They're coming! They're trying to kill me!" The heroes must choose to either cut the man free before his pursuers arrive, or delay to see who is chasing them. So we can choose to cut the man free. One hero must make a 6+ luck test. If successful, Takobaki soldiers burst from the high grass and are surprised as you cut them down. A noble of the royal court, the man rewards each hero with a lot of money. You could choose to ignore it. Well, if I delay to see who's chasing him, one hero must roll 4 dice. No grit, so I can't grit it. If any of the dice roll is a 1, demons leap from high... Oh, God. Leap from the high bush that lines the road, tearing the man apart and lashing out at your steeds. We don't really have any horses, but every hero must roll a d6 for each side bag token in Darkstone. Nope. I'm going to try to cut the man free. So, I mean, I could try to ignore it, but getting some extra cash, especially when each hero gets d6, that's pretty awesome. But I can't... Can I roll grit? It's a luck 6+ test. One hero needs to do it, though. And I think I happen to have Murphy, who's a luck 4. So the chances of Murphy actually getting this is really good. I guess that's the good thing about being a prospector. Actually, there's a lot of good things about playing the prospector. But, so we'll do a 46 And what was it at? 6+. And I do have my rerolls. Is that a 6? Nice. So Murphy got it. He cut the bonds up the guy. And what do we have? What do we got going on here? So Takobaki soldiers, again, burst from the high grass and are surprised as you cut them down. A noble of the royal court, the man rewards each hero with d6 times 100 for rescuing them. You didn't fail, but I will read the fail. It failed. The moment he is cut loose, the man stabs you with a hidden blade and runs off. Roll once on the injury chart. So each hero gets d6 times 100. So we'll start off with Enrique. Enrique gets 200 bucks. And then we'll go to Montana. Is that a 5? She gets 500 bucks. And then we go to Isamu. He gains 100. And he used to be one of the wealthiest characters on the team. And then finally, we'll go to Murphy, the one who actually freed the man. He gets 500 bucks. Chase Game 16, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. I'm currently playing a game called Shadows of Brimstone. It's a board game that is a dungeon crawler that is basically the Old West, feudal Japan versus Lovecraftian horror and a whole bunch of other horror movies and themes. So welcome to the stream, and I hope you enjoy it. So that's the end of the travel stay. We're now moving on to the town stay. And I do need to get the town deck. I do need to keep these out. We're going to be selling a lot of items. I think we only might stay one day because we really have nothing else to do here. So let me be right back. I'm going to get the cards. I believe these are the only cards I really need for this. So I'll just put them right here. And per usual, I'm always making my heroes stay at the inn. And what I'll do to make this easier on myself, I'm not gonna steal from Murphy all the time. This time I'll just grab from Montana, and we're gonna pay out. It's $10 a person per night, so that's 40 gold. She can handle that. Either way, Murphy's been kind of helping her find gold all over the place, so time for her to pay up. Negative 40, Tony. There we go. Might be able to program that. Remove money. Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I'm thinking to myself about reprogramming some of this stuff. So now that we're in town, we want to sell items, and we probably want to get rid of some of these mutations, and we probably also, well, first, actually, what we should do, we got to find out what buildings are in town today. That is, of course, the most important part of the town stay. What can we do here? Yes. So we randomize these. I do plan on adding this whole thing to the stream, and it just randomizes it all for me. It's just, again, that's like in the distant future. So on 1, we're going to have the gambling parlor. We don't really need that. At 3 and 4, we're going to have the Western Trade Post. That's pretty good. And then 5 and 6, the Samurai Lord. I think that place has some of the stuff that I want. But from the look of it, we might have to go to the campsite. Yep. And then the Sacred Garden. Not sure what that one does, but the campsite, we're going to have to go there and use a feudal doctor to get rid of the injuries and all the problems that we're facing right now. And luckily, we have enough grit to possibly get the job done. But we also need somebody who's fit to go and sell all this stuff that I'm not going to use. Some of this I'm going to keep. Yeah, some of this I'm going to keep. Some of it I'm going to sell. Whoops. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That I'm going to keep. We're going to be pretty rich after this. Keep that. And we don't need these. We're going to make some serious money on this, because this is seriously several missions of stuff I haven't decided to sell. We do get half of what the value is of these. So as you can see, if I can pull it up, there it is. As you can see on the card, bottom right hand side, it tells you how much it's actually worth, the value. We actually get half that back if we bring it into a... as long as we go to a building, we can sell it there. So we got a lot of items here. I'm going to have to add all this up. But I'm going to create a group pot on that one. So first thing we have to do at the beginning of the town saves, we have to do a daily event. So this determines, and let me also reset where we are in the track. So we're at day 1. So we have to first draw a daily event, and that's going to decide what's going on throughout the day. Could be somebody trying to sell an item. Could be a riot happening in the streets. It will affect what's going on throughout the day in town. It could be as bad as possibly destroying the town and we just leave the next day, which I'm thinking we're going to end up doing. So, market prices are down. Time has passed since the last demonic attack, and everyone is a little more at ease. All prices in town today are negative $10 to a minimum of $10. So let me put this here, and I can put that there so you can actually see the card and you can read it. Awesome. So that's what we're getting for this day. I actually forgot something. We do need to see what type of town it is. That could really change a lot of things. So 2d6 and add it together. An 11. Oh god, why? The Takobake village. So that group of bandits we ran into earlier and cut them down, saving that guy, this is their village. The Takobake are a clan of mutant feudal soldiers, and it's basically a gang. It's the gang version of the Scafford gang from the core set of the Old West one. Well, that sucks. Let me go get the card. I am pretty sure we're only gonna be here for a day. This is a bad town. Takobake village. There it is. So the special rules for the village on this village is it's a mutant town. The Takobake clan controls a large domain across the countryside. Many villages and fortresses pay tribute to the fallen shogun, flying the banners and patrolled by his legion of mutant soldiers. So, first rule is Takobake Warlord. The village always includes a Samurai Lord location. So, we end up getting one anyway. Heroes at the Samurai Lord cannot ask for war aid entry. So we'll see what that means. Rampant mutation. At the start of each day in town, every hero with no mutations gains an unwanted attention marker. Yeah, we're only going to be here for a day. Rich in Darkstone. All costs in town require Darkstone costs. -2 less. Oh, okay. That's awesome. If we had a blacksmith, things would be so cheap. The blacksmith upgrading your weapons and stuff can cost between 8 and 12 Darkstone. That's a pretty sweet town for that. Mutant Specialist. While in town, when rolling to remove a mutation in any way, a hero may re-roll the dice twice. May roll the may re-roll the dice twice, so I can use 2 grit. That's awesome. So that's it for the special rules, but they do have extra options. You can buy legacy gear, Takabake items. You can buy Darkstone headbands. Give you some health and strength upgrades. Void Charm, discard when rolling on a mutation chart to re-roll one of the dice just rolled. That's pretty sweet. And then their daily events are actually different. So you actually have to do this. So on top of these daily event cards for this, I actually have to roll on this as well. If it was just a frontier town, it would be just this. Or feudal town. So let's see what happens. 2. Darkstone Explosion. Tearing through the village, a massive darkstone explosion erupts. Roll a d8 for each town location. On a roll of 1 or 2, the location is destroyed. Okay, so we'll start here at the gambling place. That's safe. The Western Trading Post. That's gone. This is definitely a mutant village. The Lord's Hut is fine, and the Sacred Garden is fine. That's wild. Let me go ahead and pull that up so you all can see it. So that's this is the village card for this area. And then that's basically all the information of what happens here. And you're getting a little bit of glare on it. I do apologize for that. Maybe I can pull this up a bit. Maybe even more. Still getting some glare. So that's what's happening in town. So nothing affecting us going to locations, so that's good. Was there? Hold on. We do have unwanted attention markers on characters, because who has mutations right now? Murphy still has a tentacle mustache. Enrique has his nose is off. Montana has the eye grown over. I need to get rid of that bad. The only one that doesn't have any scars is that very person from this land, and that's Isamu. Isamu's clean. He's just got a very impressive scar. So, that means that Isamu is probably going to stay home. No. No, he needs to go sell the items. Because I need to get rid of the chest wound on Murphy. I need to get rid of the chills on Enrique, and I need to get rid of that eye grown over on Montana. So that means that Isamu is going to need to go somewhere and sell items, which will be the gambling parlor. Actually, no, you can go to the campsite and sell stuff at the campsite. So they're all just going to go to the campsite. So, Isamu, you have one of these, bud. Just put it right next to him. So they're all going to spend their day at the campsite. And I could use the card on here. It's easier for me to read if I can find the campsite. There we go. Visit campsite. Chocolate Wine, thanks for following and thanks for joining. I hope you enjoy the stream. I'm playing a game called Shadows of Brimstone. It's it's basically a dungeon crawler that's themed for the Old West, feudal Japan, taking on like Lovecraftian horror, like Cthulhu and all that. Also, a whole bunch of other themes. Thanks again for the follow, and I hope you enjoy what's to come. So we're going to the campsite. Let me pull the campsite up. So visiting the campsite. So what we have to do is we have to roll a 2d6 for every character and decide exactly what they're doing. We do have... Let me read the rules for the unwanted attention again. I keep forgetting what it is. There we go. Unwanted attention markers represent the hero attracting attention while in a shady element in town. This could be a drunk gambler. Could be... Yeah, a drunk gambler who feels cheated on or... well, anyway, let's just continue. getting ahead of myself while reading this stuff. Gaining unwanted attention. There are 2 ways to gain it. Not really interested in that. Here we go. When trouble comes a-calling. While a hero has 1 or more unwanted attention markers, anytime they roll a 7 on the location chart, they must roll to see if they are attacked. On a roll of... Okay, so he needs to roll, and if he gets a roll of a 7, something happens to him. So let's start with Isamu first. We'll just have him sell his stuff. So, we roll 2d6. We rolled an 11, so we're safe. On an 11, sober morning, a good time to get things done. All heroes at the campsite today may add +1 to their rolls. Oh, at the healer's tent or the shrine. That's amazing. So that means exactly what the other characters are going to be doing. They're trying to remove their mutations. We have a mutation, we have an injury, and we have a madness. We're trying to get rid of all those. We're getting +1 to the roll. Chances are they're going to get rid of them. That's amazing. So, what that means... I really want to know what the Guardian does. Give me 1 second. Because if that... No, actually, I have a better chance of getting rid of these because of that +1. So I'll keep them at the campsite. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell... Isamu's going to sell all his items. So, please excuse me. It's going to take me a little while to add all this up. This is seriously several sessions. I have not bothered to sell any of this. So we're getting 10 from that. 110 from that. 100 from this. We're getting... That'd be 175. We're getting 75. No, wait, no. We're getting 50. Plus 250. Plus 75. I'm basically selling all the junk I haven't been using. Plus 300. Stuff that I know that these characters won't use or need. Kind of want to keep the Hunter's Rifle. So, there's a Vampire Hunter's shotgun. That is... I'll just show you all. It's really cool. But, unfortunately, I have nobody who can handle it. Like, you actually need a character who's holy to use it, which is the Preacher or the Nun. Or, if you can somehow get yourself the keyword holy. If you can get yourself the keyword holy, then you can use that gun. And it's awesome against, like, I think it's undead or something, but... Yeah, undead, beast. I mean, you get 2 shots with it. The only problem is that I think its range is not great. So, yeah, we'll definitely get rid of that. That's worth... 475? We're getting 125 from this. 100 from that. 300 from this. 100 from that. I might actually build this into my stream to do all the work for me. Type in the value, let it do all the stuff. 200 for this. No, 210 for this. And 200 for that. So we're getting 2,570 gold in total. If I do want to divide it... Do I really want to divide it? Divide it 4 ways. Everybody would get 642 gold, really. Astronaut Zero, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently playing Shadows of Brimstone, the board game. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's basically the Old West and feudal Japan versus Lovecraftian horror, and it's a dungeon crawler. And right now we're currently in the town stay part of the game. I'm only going to stay 1 day in town, so this should be short, and we should be able to go on to the next adventure. And I'm choosing a basic adventure this time. So, everybody's going to be getting 642 gold. I might as well just go ahead and dish it out. 642 gold. Oh my God. Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm using the trackpad for my Mac, and it sometimes has issues. So that was for the first player, for Enrique. So now I'm going to add gold to Montana. She's getting 642. I didn't even press down on it. That's why. And then I'm going to add to Isamu 642. And then finally, I might create a button where I just disperse the gold evenly amongst all the players. But the problem is, I kind of want to leave out decimals. And for poor old Murphy, he's getting 642 as well. Now it should have given them all. Nice. It's working. So now you can actually see their gold values. Cosmic, like, what do you think? Do you like being able to see all that? Do you like me keeping up with those player, or you think those player plates, or do you think it's a little too slow paced? I'm kind of trying to work at a speed that works for you all. And I do like the idea that I can display all that information. The only problem is that when it comes to combat, it is going to be a little bit difficult unless I somehow get everything on the player sheet. So I'm going to get rid of you. So that's going to be it for Samu. He's done. He's going back to town. Now we have to do town stay events for the rest of the characters. Oh, that's right. We're getting +1 to these. So, oh no, that's the daily event stuff. So what's going to happen is we're going to start with Montana. And we're going to try to get rid of her her growth on her head. Because that's been kind of weighing her down on her, basically her combat. She's gaining -1 on her damage, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, first let's do the town stay event. Or the, not town stay event, the campsite event. So, we have to roll. Let me get the dice roller here. 2d6. She gets a 6. Nothing happens. A camp of wounded and broken men. The sights you see in the campsite are not pretty, but the smells are worse. No event. So, what she needs to do now is we need to pull up the camp event stuff, and she needs to get the mutation removed, which would be the healer's tent. So, choose an injury, mutation, or parasite you want to remove and roll on the chart below. Now, remember, we're getting a +1 to this roll. The good thing about that is there's no chance she's going to get the butchered result, which is bad. You actually get a full permanent health removal. So we're going to roll a d6, and I do have 1 grit to re-roll with. So let's see what she gets. She gets a 5, so technically it's a 6. It's a success. The injury's been removed. Well, the mutation's been removed. So they removed that eye growth from her head. And she no longer deals -1 damage. What was that? I think it's the... So what you're hearing in the background is Sirenscape. It's an application that I use for all my ambient sounds and music, and it's a wonderful app. It's great for D&D, great for board games. They have pretty much like they do have like packages for just about every single core rulebook campaign for the D&D sessions. So it's a wonderful app to have, especially with all those features it has, and on top of that, it has a soundboard that you can use for all the sound effects in there. I kind of use some of them. So we now go to Enrique. Enrique needs to also roll on the campsite. So 2d6 gets an 11. So again, wow. So a good time to get things done. All heroes at the campsite today may add +1 to their rolls at the healer's tent or the shrine. So he just added another 1. So now we're getting a +2 to our rolls. So that's awesome. And what do you think he's going to do? He's there to get rid of the chills. So we're going to go to the shrine tent with Enrique, and we're going to perform an exorcism. Choose one madness or curse you want to remove and roll on the chart below. +2. This couldn't have gone any better, and I hope I didn't jinx myself just by saying that. So he rolled a 5. It's a success. He no longer has the chills. So now, whenever he rolls on his scavenge, we don't ignore the first 6 that he gets on his scavenging. Next is Murphy. Let's see what Murphy gets on the event chart. He gets an 8. Same. So he gets the campsite, wounded and broken men. The sights you see in the campsite are not pretty, but the smells are worse. No event. He's removing the chest wound that he has that's making him -1 initiative. So he's getting a +2 to this. I do actually have to pay for them. I keep forgetting to do that. I need to remove 250 from 3 different characters. So let's roll his d6. Luckily he gets a +2, but I want him to get rid of this. So I'm going to grit that. I mean, it couldn't get any worse than a 1. So, I mean, if he rolled a 2, I think he'd pass. 3, so +2. He gets a 5. He passes. Man, that's awesome. So he no longer has the chest wound, which was giving him -1 on his initiative. Now, if there were different locations here, let me see what the Samurai Lord has. Because we do now have a lot of money. And if we can buy some horses to avoid some of those travel hazards, I mean, I feel like it's about time to get that. So, let's go ahead and put everybody back at the inn, because it's the end of the day. And that's, well, actually, at this point, everybody's going to have one of these on them, because now they don't have a mutation or anything. So, what we're going to do is we have to roll for the end of the day. So let's go ahead and move forward on the town track. We have to do a town stay event, 2+. Should be simple. Yeah, we got a 6. Great. So nothing bad happens. I mean, if we rolled a 6, usually 6s on a town event stay is usually a good thing. On every event chart, a 6 is usually really, really good. A 1, really, really bad. So it's the beginning of the next day. We could choose to stay. Let me check and see what the samurai village has. You know what? I'm going to put this to the side. And I'll put it, because I can actually read it here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the samurai village stuff so you can all see what's on that card. If I can find it. Feudal village. Brotherhood house. Tavern. I am missing a card. Am I sure? Oh, Samurai Lord. I'm looking for Lord House. So, Samurai Lord. So, this is the Samurai Lord card. Get out of here. Oh. Yeah, well, we're going to look at this first before we decide what we're going to do. I don't know if you can all read it. Get the camera to focus. No. I might be able to have it zoom. Give me a second here and see if I can get this to work. There we go. So, we do have some stuff we can do there. We can get fire sake, we can get hellfire sake. I don't think we need any of that. If we had a place that we can go to and get some that's one thing we do need. Bandages. We're all out of bandages. And I think they destroyed the one place I can get them at. But they do have, what do they got here? We can pay tribute. We can't do the ask for war aid thing because we're in that Takobake town. He can do an assassination attempt mission, but I don't have anybody that's got stealth. If I had the ninjas, I could. If I had a ninja class, I could totally do that. Down here, soldier heroes only. I don't have a soldier, so actually, do I? Outlaw, frontier. No, I do not have a soldier class, so we can't do it. Honestly, this place is a waste of time for my characters. We do have... I don't think we're going to find anything at the Gambler Hall. The Sacred Garden, we might find something. everything around again. Steph! Yeah, how you doing? Hello, what's up? Their Saturday Brimstone night. Yeah, I'm only gonna do this for like another maybe 2 hours, and then I'm switching over to a. I'm doing a stream together event tonight with some other people in the community. So, Shock Blazer and all of them. So it should be a lot of fun. You play with friends again? Awesome. Did you stream it all or what was I looking for again? And what happened to the camera? Oh. Let me fix you. Okay. I need to put that there because I think it flipped out. So I need the Sacred Garden is what I'm looking for. I want to see if it has things that I need. The Gambler Parlor does have sake. Sake is basically whiskey. But no bandages. I think we got... Oh! Sacred Garden. We're going to the Sacred Garden. So the Sacred Garden has everything. It has potions. It has bandages. Only thing it doesn't have is sake. But we need all the bandages we can get our hands on. Yeah. If we didn't have those bandages last mission, we would have lost. So... Why is the chat room constantly disappearing? So... This is what we can get here. And I am probably... I'm going to have everybody stay at the end because I don't want them staying at the campsite. So I'll just have one person go here, and they're just going to buy as many of these as they can for the team, and probably some tonics, too. Tonics give you back... Tonics can give you back 1 grit at any point. You just pop it. And that's the thing that I learned last night about this game, is that you can pop any of your side bag items at any time during your turn. So long as it's your turn. It's not an action. If it's your turn, you can pop a side bag item, pop 2, 3, whatever. The only time a side bag item doesn't get popped more than once is bombs, dynamite, and that's because it's used as an attack. And you can only have 1 attack per turn. There's meditation. They have a whole bunch of stuff in here. They even have like some cool items. A wayward sword. Got some runes. But I think that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go here. So first, are you going to focus for me? Yeah. So first we're going to go there and we're going to... It's having a hard time doing it. I think it's the glare. So I'm just going to reset it and I'll just read the card. I was really hoping that it'd be able to do it, but it's freaking out on the focus. So let's go ahead and roll. First thing we need to do all the time are the daily events. So the first daily event today, just another day in the village. It's just another day living in feudal Japan. Death and adventure around every corner. No event. If in a specialty village, roll once on the daily event chart for that type of village. That's when we roll for it. Okay. So these cards actually determine that. I have to remember that for the future. So now we actually roll for this thing. So what happens is we roll on the daily event chart for this. We get a 4. Called out in the streets. A small mutant child, oh no, sees you coming, crossing the street. Pointing with an outstretched tentacle arm, she begins to shriek. Every hero that does not have, oh no, any mutations must give up their day in town hiding from the soldiers. So this kid just kind of goes out in the middle of the street and goes... You know, that creepy scream from... What movie is that? I don't remember. It's just like the guy comes out in the middle of the street, points, and opens his mouth and screams at people at the protagonist. So, well, that's the end of our town stay. Because everybody got rid of their mutate. Oh, no, actually, Murphy has his tentacle mustache. And I think same thing goes for Enrique. Nope, he has his nose off. So those two are safe. We can actually use them. Everybody else is staying in town. So that means I'm going to be spending 40 bucks per person. I'll just go ahead and remove it off somebody. We'll take turns. This time it's going to be, we'll say Isamu. Whoops. Come on. Say Isamu. So we're going to remove 40 gold from him. And I'll move this back. So, unfortunately, Isamu and Montana have to stay here, but these two have a mutation, so they can actually move. I'm just going to keep one of them there, and the other I'm going to bring to the Sacred Garden and just spend away. And who's got the most money? Montana, and Murphy does too, but he's going to go there. Murphy's going to go to the Sacred Garden. He's going to buy himself some bandages and some tonics. Don't really need the potion. I don't think so. I don't really remember what potions do. Let's figure it out. Tonics and potions. Potion. Discard to add +1 to one of your skill checks. I mean, +2. +2 to one of your skill checks. Potions are pretty slick. How much are they? Well, they're not badly priced. I need as many bandages as I can carry. I need to start increasing their side bag item number. Luckily, if I remember correctly, Enrique can carry up to 8. Everybody else is 6. So what that means is I'm going to go there. I'm going to decide how much space I have left on each character. Montana still has... She's full. It looks like Isamu is completely empty on items. Same thing. Well, Murphy has a whiskey. And Enrique has 2 whiskey and a bandage. So I might actually try... Oh, I need tonics too. So everybody I'm going to give at least 1 tonic to. Now, if I remember correctly, was that yesterday's event that was $10 off? Yeah, that was yesterday. So that means you're in city by... Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the feudal Japan town stay, and so I'm gonna have one of my characters, Murphy, go over to the Sacred Garden and start buying some supplies. What happened on the last mission was if I didn't stock up on bandages and whiskey, specifically bandages, I would have definitely lost that mission. So I learned pretty hard that bandages are very important. Also, I forgot to actually tally up the experience you get for heals. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in the town to buy items. I got rid of 3 mishaps, so I got rid of a mutation, an injury, and a madness at the campsite, and I got very lucky on the rolls. So what I'm gonna do is I'm having Murphy there. I need to buy. We'll start with Enrique. He's gonna buy for Enrique. He's going to get. Let's see. He needs 1 tonic. So that's 150 if I remember correctly. Yeah. Well, it's cheaper here than it is in a frontier town. So 125. I'm gonna do all the numbers here. Oh, I need to do the chart first. So let's see what happens to Murphy on his way to this place. He rolls a 6. Cherry blossoms and flowering water. The calm and soothing nature of the garden brings you to an instant peace. No event. So now we're going to go ahead and start adding things up. So I'm going to give Enrique a tonic. So that brings him to... He doesn't have one of these. I can't get rid of it. So he's got 2 more slots. I'm going to buy him 2 more. No, he needs dynamite. We don't have any here. So I'm just going to give him 2 bandages then. And that'll bring him to 1, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he has 8 slots. So I'm going to make it... I'm going to give him more tonics, I think. So you get 2, 3. I'll give him 3 tonics. So me pull up the Mathinator here. So that's 2 tonics. So that's 250 bucks, and then I'm gonna give him, I think, 3 bandages, and that'll bring him up to 8. So 3 bandages, they are 40 apiece, so 120 bucks. So it's gonna cost him 370. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pool it from Enrique, because either way, like, even though I'm just for getting things going, because if I pull it all from Murphy, I'm going to go back and have everybody chip in. So I might as well just do it now. So it's 370 is what it's going to cost for Enrique. So Enrique's good now. That brings him to 3 tonics and 3 bandages and 3 whiskeys. Next, we're going to go to Montana's full. We're going to go to the Samu. We're going to go with the Samu. He's going to get, of course, I want everybody to have a tonic. So that's 125. I might just do 2 of each. How much money does the Samu have? Yeah, you can do it. So I'll have him get 2 tonics, 2 of each item. Shockblazer, yeet, I have returned. Welcome back, brother. Again, if you're into variety streamers, Shockblazer is definitely someone to watch. He's a lot of fun. Very positive energy, too. So we're there, and it's going to cost 160 bucks for the rest of the stuff. So it's going to cost Isamu's player 3. It's going to cost him $410. Not giving him $410. I'm removing $410. I'm going to have to create a macro for that, because I am going to forget every time. Did that add 410? Oh, I'm looking at experience. I am so sorry. So next is going to be Murphy. He's buying for himself. He's already got a whiskey, so he needs 2 tonics, 2 bandages, and it's sake, but I'm just going to say it's whiskey. So it's the same thing. So 250 plus, that would be 3 of those. Hold on. Brain's not working. So 2, 2, and 1. So $120. No, Tony. Plus 120. So he's taking 370 out of his lot. Negative 370. I'm hoping this isn't too slow for y'all doing this. But I do want to present everything on the screen for you all to see what's going on. And some little features happen at certain points. So we're good. We are super good. We are all stocked up on gear. We have all the resources we need for combat. Murphy's back to a 2 initiative, and Montana can now fire her gun without that debuff. Let's get out of here. So it's the end of the town stay. We now have to make a town stay event 3+. There's no grit rolls on this. Usually the last day I choose to leave town usually is when I roll bad and bad things happen to the town. I kind of feel bad. It's like we always bring curses. We're good. So we got a 4+, finished the town stay. Now we're moving on to the next adventure. So how I play Shadows of Brimstone for this stream, or actually in general, is I always go by where we're located, what village we're in, and where that village can lead us. Now, some villages have special rules, like, excuse me. There's a railroad town in the Frontier Village and the Frontier expansion that you can actually choose anywhere. You can go anywhere, and I go by that rule. So if we wanted to, if we were in that town, I could be like, hey, we're going to, the starting location is going to be the Swamps of Gargano, or the Northlands, or whatever. Well, Northlands would be a general one anyway, but we can go to something from the feudal village, or when the new Kickstarter comes out. Which, by the way, speaking of which, I just got an email last night that Flying Frog is gonna be finishing. Is it following me around? Why? I turned that stuff off. Well, you know what? It's cool. I like it. So, uh, so I got an email last night from Flying Frog Productions, and it's for the Kickstarter. They're finally giving us the pledge manager this month. They're saying within 2 weeks we should be getting the pledge manager. So if you didn't do the pledge yet and you want all that content from the new Kickstarter, which happens to be the Hell Train, which looks sick, and then the Egyptian part of the game, they added Egypt, so we're going through the pyramids. How cool is that? So if you haven't gotten in on that, and if you want to check it out, they do have late pledges, so you can hurry up and try to get that in before they end the pledge manager. I put the minimum of $20 on it, so when the pledge manager comes in, I'll be, I'm going to be stocking up on that because I can't help it. When it comes to Shadows of Brimstone, this game owns me and my wallet. It's almost bad to say, but it's kind of true. But I can't help it. This is my favorite game. So anyway, we're done with all this stuff. I don't know why I put them there. So we're all done with the town stay. And I thought that we're going to... I was thinking that we're just going to do the general Shadows of Brimstone today just to get things going because it's going to be a short stream. We're going to do a general mission of searching for Darkstone. And we're going to do it on a... What level? We'll do it on a medium level. So we need 3 clue tokens to find basically the location of the enriched Darkstone. We get rid of these. And what I'm thinking is... Let me change us to the next phase here. So what I'm thinking is, I kind of want to go to the Forest of the Dead, but there's another part of me who wants to, well, so I'm sticking, like I said, I'm sticking to the rule that I made where we're leaving the feudal village, so there's only really 2 places we can go to. And that's either the Forbidden Fortress or the Forest of the Dead. Because they're the only ones that actually have a beginning entry area, and it only makes sense that, you either go through this haunted forest that's down here, or go to this fortress. So, I'm going to stick with the the Forest of the Dead. And I'll go get the tile, and I'll be right back. And luckily, I already have the scene up. So, let me see if the card is actually up too. Forest of the Dead. So we'll just kind of put that away. I also moved some of the cards and stuff around. This way I can see it. I can still see it up the top, and we can just kind of pop it in when we need to read it. So if I remember correctly, okay, so the Forest of the Dead, Shadowy Realm, anytime the Hold Back the Darkness roll is failed, every hero takes 1 horror hit, or 2 horror hits if you are holding the lamp. Heroes with Spirit 4 or higher are +1 grip of -2 sanity for this. Luckily, I don't think anybody is higher than a 3. Nope, so we're good. So typical formation. We're all healed up. We got bandages. We got whiskey. We got bandages. We got whiskey. Let's go into a haunted forest. Sounds like a good time. So, alrighty, let us begin. We can get rid of these tiles. And we'll randomize the exploration tokens. Again, I keep telling myself this. I want to add these to the stream because, to be perfectly honest with you, they're, over time, as you use them, they're bending, and you're starting to get to the point where you know which one's which. Okay, but if I scan them and put them in the system, it can randomize them perfectly without knowing what's to come. So there we go. There's the heroes. We're about to enter. Well, we've now entered the Forest of the Dead. So let's begin. So at the start of the round, let's reset the depth track here. I'm thinking about redoing the depth track too. I kind of want to look more like what the bottom looks like. As much as I like that arching top, I look at the bottom, I'm like, I kind of want everything to look just like those player plates. I love how they look. So we're going to start with, now that everybody's fixed and ready to go, we're going to start with Enrique. That was loud and creeped me the hell out. We're going to start with Enrique, and he's first. He's not at max grit, so I'm going to let him roll for his grit. That's right. So my general rule for this is I'm doing it on 5s and 6s just because I like to see the actual icon for grit. Not on 1s. I like to see the icon. So 5s and 6s, he's actually getting it. So I don't have them on those cards. I got to add grit to those cards then. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that to here for now. Although I might just do tokens. So he's got his grit, and he's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because he has his boots. He can move +1. That is Isamu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to scavenge the room. He finds something. And what he finds is... Man, I'm beginning to think scavenging is a bad thing. Hideous Discovery. He gets 10 XP, but he takes 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity damage. Pop. Let me add the experience over here. So first, Enrique gets XP, gets 10. Did it add it? It sure did. Awesome. So he gets 10 XP, and he now has to take 3 horror hits. That's 3 dice. He needs to make a 5+ on. Not a single one. He took 6 points of sanity damage. So, -6. That's not bad. The only thing is, those are in the way. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move them or turn them off. Where's the alerts? Dice off. There. They all should be at... Oh, he took... Yeah, so he only has 10 sanity. So as you can see now, his sanity's lit up. That's showing that he's bloodied in his sanity. So it's kind of glowing a little bit. One of the features I added in here was health and sanity. You're seeing them glow when you're below half health. Oh, boy. So... That's end of his turn. Next is going to be Montana. Montana is also... She's not at full grit, I think. That's one thing I need to add to the card. She is at full grit. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. That's her movement. And she's also going to roll... She rolls 2d6. Doesn't find anything. It's the end of her turn. So next is going to be... now that we're doing this, I'm going to keep Isamu as the third in order. He needs to level up or catch up with everybody. So Isamu will go next. He's just going to move up. What's he got on grit? He's going to roll for grit. Doesn't get it. But he's going to move up his 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might add movement to the chart as well. And he's going to actually peek through that doorway. And what he's going to find is a long passage. We get rid of that, and I'll put all our cards, discard pile cards there. And it's a long passage. We go grab that tile. Yeah. It's a 5-tile passage. Get in there. There we go. Sometimes I think camera being here, looking down behind me, would be easier for me to really connect the dots, you know? So, he finds a passage. There's nothing in there. No exploration token, nothing. Next is going to be Murphy. I think he's... No, he's not at max grit, so I'm going to go ahead and roll for his grit first. Doesn't get it, but he's going to move up his 5 as well. 1, 2, 3... He does have a 5 movement, right? Yeah, 4 or 5. And he's going to explore the back room that he was just in. Since he's on the puzzle piece, he can do either room. So he gets 4d6 because he's a prospector and he has the looking glass. He gets 1. Luckily, we got rid of the chills a while back, so he can actually do this now. So, my goodness, he gets another hideous discovery. I mean, it makes sense, we're in a forest of the dead. So he gets 10 XP first. So, I think I'm going to add the scavenge and everything to this screen. You know what? I can do that right now. It will definitely save me time if I add those to this scene. You know what? Actually, I'll save that for later. So, he gets 3 horror hits. He needs to make 5 pluses on. Not a good start. So he's player 4. He takes, what, 6 points? Murph is down to 11 points of sanity out of 17. See, now you can actually see what their max sanity is compared to their actual sanity. So this way, I'm not hiding anything from you. I want you all to actually see what's happening. I want, you know, my thing about playing board games, I know there's moments like rules, looking up rules and trying to get through things can be slow. And I want, the reason why I'm adding all these graphics, all this stuff, is because I want you all to be entertained while this is happening. And while I'm doing stuff like this, describing things. I know it can get a little bit boring for some. So that would be Murphy's. And scavenging is becoming awful. I'm beginning to think I should just stop doing it. So that's the end of the round. And now we're going to... Oh, we actually have to go down the depth chart 1 because we did find a room. That's another reason why I want to add the exploration animation, because I can have it automatically do the work for me instead of reminding myself all the time to press the button. So, and I need to do this too. We're now down to hold back the darkness at 7+. So Murphy is holding on to that lamp. He always will be. Double 6s. So nothing happens. Darkness, none of that. Double 6s. I'll go ahead and read what it does. It's like the best thing that could possibly happen. Time Roller. Whoops. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Currently playing Shadows of Brimstone. If you're not familiar with it, it's a dungeon crawler that is basically themed for Old West and feudal Japan versus Lovecraftian horror and a whole bunch of other things. We just finished with the town stay, and we're now just starting the adventure. Oh, what's up? Sorry, I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, just playing Shadows of Brimstone. How are you doing? How's your Saturday going? So, next thing we need to do is I need to read you what happens on that double D6 roll. So let me pull that up. We're in, what, the forest? Belly of the Beast. Swamps of Dragano. So, a double 6 roll, it's Fountain of Life. A wellspring bubbles here, rejuvenating all that touches the waters. Each hero may immediately heal 2d6 wounds and sanity, any mix, and remove any poison markers as well. KO'd heroes may immediately recover, rolling for their injury, madness, and healing 2d6 wounds and sanity, any mix as normal. Normally, a 6 roll gives us a grit, but I'm guessing here it just does poison removal. been watching Olympian for a year and playing Shadows. I won Shadows set last year, and I got it glued. Haven't gotten it to the table yet. Also, you just got it all set up and ready to go. You're in for a treat. It's a real fun game. Um, like right now, I'm just kind of playing it by myself because I'm trying to get all the stream features working properly before I actually start bringing people into the stream and playing. But I think I'm pretty close, so I wouldn't doubt if soon you start seeing people joining the stream and playing along and being in the Discord chat. You'll be hearing their voices, maybe even seeing their faces in the stream. But yeah, for now, like I'm just testing, making sure everything's working proper before I continue with that. But eventually, I will be playing other games like Arkham Horror and Eldritch, possibly Death May Die, uh, and of course Bloodborne. So it's the end of the round. We did the hold back darkness. Did anybody take any damage? Yes, they did. So we have Enrique and we have Montana. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll those 2d6s for them. And I'm gonna see how much we can get back in points. So 2d6 for Enrique. Oh wow, yeah. You know what? He's fully healed again. So player 1, sanity. I'll just type the number. It goes to max anyway. So he's at full health again. And then for Montana, she's getting back 6 points. Was it Montana? No, it's Murphy. So Murphy's getting back just what he needed to heal up. So let me go ahead and heal Murphy up. As you see at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to add little flash animations that whenever I make changes, you're going to see like a spark at that in that panel. So he gets back 6 points of health, bringing him back to 17. Awesome. I stream board games on my channel too. Your graphs are awesome. Hey, Time Roller, thank you so much. And so you stream. I am going to follow you. I already have you followed. That's right. So I'm always interested in seeing other fellow streamers, especially board game streamers, because you learn quite a lot watching everybody. Because there's moments, even playing Shadows of Brimstone, I played this game for years, or it's been 4 years since I played it, and I just started picking it back up again. So there's all these new rules after the last Kickstarter, but when I watch other people play, I start realizing, oh, I've been doing it wrong. You know, it's nice to have other people to come in and remind you, this is how you play the game, you know? So, but also learning other games from other people. There's some moments where, like, it's just not connecting for me on what I'm supposed to be doing. So I kind of house rules things. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for your stream. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some of your content. And one day when I get all this stuff up and running, if you ever want to join in, let me know. I have I'm building a character creator PDF for my Discord that we can all go into and just create characters and play. And I'm actually going to see about creating features to where if you type stuff in the chat, like a command line, like command, like exclamation point, health, minus, whatever, it removes that. It takes that, feeds it over to the stream, and removes that much health from your bar. So if you want to take command of your own player plate, I can let you do that. It's gonna be a little while until I do that though. So right now I'm kind of in control of everything using my stream deck. So that's all done. We're now at the beginning of the turn. Enrique is first. So doing the thumbs things all the time now. I'm noticing. So we're gonna start with Enrique. He's at full grit, so we don't need to roll for his grit, but he's gonna get his movement of 5. I'm gonna have him move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll have him scavenge this room. So he's getting 2 dice, and we need 6 pluses. I don't have the thing there, so yeah, he does get 1 6. Sorry about the dice roller. Sometimes they are cocked, and it's hard to tell there, but I have it here on my app. So that's another feature that if people join in, they can use. I just link them to the app, give them the password. They can start dice rolling on the stream live. So he finds 1. Let's see what he gets. I gotta click in the stream. There we go. He finds nothing, and I'm compared to how my rolls have been, I'm glad that I'm happy with nothing and just getting some XP. You know what? I gotta remind myself I have to use this. So he's getting how much XP? 10 XP. I need to keep the character sheets away. Put the card away. Yeah, I'm in the middle of trying to fix that. It's crazy. I can build this stream and program and stuff, but I can't somehow get Streamlabs Discord to work. So what happens is that what I'm noticing is that it pops that message up, and then 10 minutes from now, it'll pop up the actual link. And I think that's my fault. I need to go into Streamlabs and tell it. I think what's happening is that it's stretching out each line based on the time instead of actually just doing the whole thing. So I need to fix that. But what I will do. Sorry, my eyes are dry. I need to take some eye drops. I live in the great state of Texas, and it's super dry for me here. Especially after we just got a cold front, and now it's hot again. The invite under info is invalid too. Yeah, it's an older one. I need to fix that one up too. The problem is that they keep resetting it every 7 days, and I have to keep reminding myself every 7 days to update that one. Let me see if I can. Where is it? Let me see if I can get that information for you. Where's my Discord? There's that. Invites. Yeah, see, for some reason, Discord just won't let me see the invite code anymore. It used to, but it stopped. But you know what? Actually, I think I might be able to pull it back up because I think it popped up on the stream just earlier. It sure did. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste it into the stream. For some reason, it just won't let me do it. There. Because I'm used to a Windows keyboard. So I'm pressing Control-C instead of Command-C. So that's the link. Sorry about that. I need to update these things. The problem is that I'm like always adding stuff to the stream, so I'm keeping up with the Discord links and everything. It should be a priority, but I'm like always like, I need to add this to the stream, that to the stream, need to fix this, need to debug that. I'm constantly forgetting to add that information. Live in New Mexico, been in drought for 7 years and flooded 5-6 times this year. Oh man, I am so sorry. Yeah, I've been in Texas for now. I think this is my 19th year. Yep, 2025. This is my 19th year here officially. Actually, it will have officially been that this week. 19 years, and I mean, I love it here, but it is like my eyes have not been digging it. It's just too dry for me. Do you have it set to streamer mode? Streamer mode blocks it. I don't think that's what the problem is. I think it's... Oh, you mean the Streamlabs. Yeah, it might be what it is. I'll have to take a look at it. Thank you for the tip. But I need to get that fixed. But earlier it is popping up, that stuff. Hey, Cosmic said hi to me in your Discord. Cosmic is regular on my stream. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Cosmic's been hanging out watching the Shadows of Brimstone stuff, too. Really cool. I got a tip for you. Oh, God. Okay, Shock. I know where you're going. I know where your head's at on this one. So, Enrique moved up. He did a scavenge. Found nothing. Got some XP. It's the end of his turn. So now it's going to be Montana. I really need to add more. Those player panels are seriously going to end up, by the end of this, finishing all this, they're gonna stretch across all the way across the screen. I swear, because I want to add grit. I want to add all these things. I want to add all the information I possibly can. Although I'm thinking I might have some other ideas for this. So next is Montana. She's got full grit, so I don't need to roll for that. So I'm gonna just have her move up 1, 2, 3, 4. She is lagging behind everybody, but she's gonna also scavenge this room. I need scavenge tokens. You know where my head is? Love you, buddy. Yeah, love you too, man. Again, you want a good variety streamer? Check out Shock Blazer, dude. Dude is hilarious. Got good vibes. Definitely somebody to watch, especially when he gets together with the community. He's a lot of fun to hang out with and watch. That's a trap if I've ever heard one. So that room's already been scavenged, and Montana scavenged, found nothing. So then we're moving on to Isamu. I'm so used to Murphy being next. He's gonna move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's gonna peek through that doorway. We find runic stones. I would go ahead and do the advanced rules on this because I love that extra fluff. But well, actually, the encounter deck's relatively small. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So, if it was the mines, I'm not going through the entire mine deck. If you've been keeping up with the game since the first Kickstarter, the mine deck is like. Let me show you. So this is the Growing Dread deck. Now that the whole game is out, it's like that big. Well over 1,000 cards. Or maybe around 800. Sounds about right. But anyway, so that's what we find. It's the runic stones. Let me go grab the tile. It's a pretty big tile set. And it is this very edge right here. I don't know if we'll be able to get the whole thing in frame, especially with that background, so we'll just kind of maneuver it till we get it there. That works. So, moved in, and it generates an exploration token that we'll look into after Murphy's turn. Next is Murphy. Murphy is actually, I don't know, I don't remember if I rolled for Isamu, but Murphy's going to roll for his grid. Doesn't get it, but he moves up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, I have the tanks up in the front. And he's going to I'm going to make him do it every time. He's going to scavenge that previous room, so this way it's fully scavenged. Murph with 1. And what Murphy finds is... Oh, thank God. So he finds small find. There we go. He finds a small find. He gets 10 XP. Now, because Murphy's a prospector, he's getting that special rule where he gets double what he finds in gold or darkstone on scavenge and loot. But he's also got an upgraded ability skill that I got from his second level that gives him an additional 25 on top of it all. So he's getting 125 gold and 10 XP from this. Don't use the character sheet, Stoney. Use the stream. So he is player 4. He's going to generate 125. Oh, this is going to make life so easy doing this. So we got 125 gold. I might darken those a little bit so they're easier to see. And he's generating 10 experience. I still haven't fixed that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I messed up on the programming inside this stream deck. I think I did. It is the same code as that one. Yeah, I did. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna fix this. It should be these two. Should be control. No, not control command. Control option, and then player 3. So, or player 4 actually. So control option. Help if I typed it. 3. No, 4. Tony, wake up. All right. So now it should work. So I should click. There it is. That's for. It's saying is Samu. Oh, I know why. It's adding. So it shouldn't be a problem for Murphy. There we go. He's getting 10 XP. There we go. Fixing bugs as we're doing the stream. Oh, now it worked. So. So. Some pretty heavy winds. So that's the end of that. Murphy went up, did a scavenge. Found 125 gold, got 10 XP. It's the end of all their activations, so now it's exploration phase. So let's flip that token. Oh, God. We get a depth event and an encounter. Let's roll down the depth event. I have an ability to get rid of it if it's bad. So let's see what happens. I'm going to attempt to get rid of that. So, if I remember correctly, I think is it Murphy? Murphy has a pair of magical pants called the Norse Travel Pants. And what it does is that once per adventure, cancel a depth event or a darkness on a d6 roll of 3+. And I can grit it. And he does have grit. He has one left. I definitely don't want a depth event to happen. That's a number 1. That's an ambush attack. As much as I love loot, I like progressing in the adventure a little bit more. So, on a 3+, we passed it. So, the depth event doesn't happen, but we do still have an encounter card, and we also have to figure out which doorway opens up. So let's see which doorway opens up. It's number 3, which would be this door right here. So, let me grab one of these end caps. I actually do have the Forbidden Fortress end caps, but these are right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use them. And that also means that I need these bad boys for these end caps. So therefore, it's not a doorway, it's just an end cap. So now we have to do an encounter for this area. Oh, and we have to do an encounter also for that specific card, which was called what? Dancing Lights. Let me see if I can find Dancing Lights, and I'll reshuffle this, and we'll do the extra encounter. So I know encounters can be awful. Am I missing a card? That is an encounter card, right? Forest of the Dead. Dancing Lights, there it is. I'm just, like I said earlier, just becoming dyslexic. Or my vision's just getting bad. That's kind of a given there. So, Dancing Lights, we'll do that first, and then we'll do the encounters next. So, Dancing Lights. Glowing green lights flicker and dance across the gnarled trees and hanging vines here. As you get closer, you see a large runic symbol cracked into the stony floor of an ancient ruin. A brilliant emerald light burning inside. The dancing lights are mesmerizing, and you feel yourself getting lost in their hypnotic embrace. Gonna shower and get ready for our peak session. Ooh. All right, buddy. I'll see you in an hour. So we got about 45 minutes before I need to end this, and I'll raid to another board game streamer, and then I'll see you again, but this time playing a video game called Peak. So every hero needs to make a 5+ test. So I'm guessing they're all being hypnotized by this here. So everybody needs to make a 5+ test. If successful, you are my custom dice set arrived. That's exciting. So short break for the stream specifically. I do love using the dice rolling app. I love you all seeing it, all the rolls. I'm gonna have a hard time not using it. But I did order 2 sets of custom dice in 2 different colors that are gemstone, so that I can roll them out here because I do kind of enjoy the feel of rolling dice. It's exciting. So if successful, you are energized by the burning green light. Discard any status effect markers you have, and you may recover 1 grit. If failed, gain a bleeding marker as your eyes and ears begin to bleed. Burn. Oh, God. I'll finish reading it. As your eyes begin to bleed, burned by the emerald fire from within. Bleeding markers are bad. They don't give you a permanent health drop, but as long as you have it on you, your maximum health is dropped. That makes the stream stuff I added so much better because I can actually just manually change it on the go without having to worry about destroying the paper. So everybody needs to make a Spirit 5+ test. I think the highest I have is a 3. But at least nobody's got a 1. So we need to start making these tests. Again, I think I'm going to add these to the stream elements. But I think I'm going to make a player card that whenever the initiative order comes up, you'll see the player card with the information. So what this means is, what do I do? We're going to start with Enrique. He needs to make a 3d6 5+ against this. He gets it, and you can gain a grit. He doesn't really have any status effects on him, so it doesn't really affect him. Succeeding does not affect him at all. Next is Montana. She's got 3 spirit. I mean, I can always spend a grit to remove... If I remember correctly, I can remove the bleeding token by using a grit, so it doesn't really matter. Let me just make double sure here on the rules. Kept most of them here. So bleeding. Yeah, my model gets... The model that has a bleeding token, the status effect is -3 health for all bleeding markers it currently has. So max health drops by 3. To remove it, a hero may use 1 grit at any time to remove 1 bleeding marker. So she failed. Instead of just spending a grit to try to roll again, I'm going to take that bleeding marker, spend a grit, get rid of it. So she did spend a grit to get rid of that marker, but that's fine with me. Again, I kind of want to add these elements to the stream now. I need to make more of these things. So next is a Samu. He's got a 2 spirit. Everybody's got grit, so I can always just spend them. He's going to spend a grit to get rid of that bleeding token. Luckily, everybody's got tonics. Multiples, if I remember correctly. Actually, I forgot to... He had 2, 3, and 1. I forgot to jot that down. I might actually add side bag tokens to that as well. So Murphy, he actually is fine. So that's the end of that encounter. We actually go to the next encounter. And I'm going to save this on the side because I'm trying to remove these from the deck so that this way these are on their own. And whenever we pull that tile out, it's only given on that tile. I have a little deck I'm building of those cards. So the next encounter, undying screams. The screeching cries of the tormented dead echo through the trees here. Clutching your hands over your ears, you desperately try in vain to block the wailing screams as they infect your mind with suffering. All heroes on this map tile, which is both the Samu and Murphy, are -1 on their willpower rolls. Heroes starting their activation on this map tile take 1 horror hit. Oh, so all heroes on this map tile. So if anybody's standing on that, they're just -1 to willpower. Luckily, we didn't have any combat here. Because any enemies with fear, terror, or um, unspeakable horror is just going to wreck us. Heroes starting their activation on this map tile take one horror hit or two hits if the darkness is currently on a blood splatter or growing dread, which we're okay with. So anytime anybody activates, we now have to take horror hits just for being on this map tile, and they're -1 on their willpower. So, oh wow, that means 3 of these guys are gonna have to make 6+ willpower tests. Montana's gonna have to make a 5+. So we need to haul ass across this tile. All right. So that was the end of that. We completed all the parts of this token. Per usual, I'll have it hanging out over here so that we all can see it. And we got my discard pile. We have that. Now on the other side, growing dread cards. We all know how fun those are. So it's the end of the turn, so that means we also went down 1 on the depth chart. So that means I need to remind myself to go down initiative order here. It's really hard for me to do. We need to hold back the darkness. So at 7+. So Murphy once again raises his lantern. And we get a 7+. We get a 7. So we're good. So at the beginning of the turn, we're starting with Enrique. He's not on that map tile, so he's not having to make any horror checks. And he should be fast enough to get somewhere. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I have him go right on up? Should I have him do that? If I go there, then go... Yeah. I want him here. Because if there's another room there with a fight, I want him hiding behind the tanks. So he's going to stay there, and he's going to roll for... Well, did he spend his grit? He did not. He's one of the lucky ones. He's going to roll for his scavenge on this room. Doesn't find anything. Next is Montana. She's now low on her grit, so I'm going to let her roll for her grit. She doesn't find it. She's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4. She is slow. I could spend a grit and have her catch up to everybody, but I'll do that next turn if I have to. And she's also going to scavenge that room. Oh. Both of them rolled double 4s. So, that's the end of her turn. Next is going to be Isamu. I should keep up with this. Next is Isamu. And he's going to... Oh, I need to change Murphy. Murphy healed his injury. So I need to change him to a 2. Boom, there we go. So now they're both highlighted. So Isamu is... I need to fix their corruption points as well. It automatically sets it to max corruption. So... Did I roll for grit? No, I did not. So it's Isamu's next. And Isamu is going to roll for grit first. Doesn't get it, but he's going to move on up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to also peek through that room. And what he finds is a torch-lit path. So let me go find this. So glad I organized all these. It makes it so easy. Because hunting for tiles can be quite a lot of work. I'm going to get rid of this tile. And it is going in this direction. It'd be nice to get another world card, because I kind of want to go back to the frontier. I love the feudal Japan stuff, but I do want that. I can zoom the camera out too if I wanted to. That'll work. That sound effect freaks me out every time. So we have that room, and it creates an exploration token. And that's Isamu's turn. So next is Murphy. They share the same initiative, so I can choose either one. But I'm getting to the point where I kind of want Isamu to go before Murphy because Isamu needs to catch up on some experience. So Murphy is actually at what's his... He needs grit. So let's see if we can get his grit. Nope. And he's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? 1, 2. Yeah, he's actually really close to that. So I'm going to keep him right there. That's actually a really good spot to be. So this way no monsters can get through them. And he's going to scavenge the previous room. Oh, they started on those tiles too. So I need to make horror checks. Isamu needs a 6+. Nope. And then Murphy needed a 6+. Nope. So I forgot they started on that tile and they were -1 on their willpower, so they actually didn't make it. So that would mean that Isamu gets -1 and Murphy gets -1. Cool. So now I'm going to have him roll for a scavenge in that previous room. He gets 1 scavenge. And what Murphy finds is nothing but 10 experience. And I will gladly take that. Experience gain. He gets 10. Boom. Sorry, every once in a while I have to check on this because this is a new feature. That wind is really pushing me. It's a new feature, and I want to make sure that it's actually adding the experience and everything as we go, and it has been. So I'm loving this. I just got to get used to using it. And I hope you all are enjoying the feature of actually seeing all the information, but I will be adding more to it later. So it's the end of the turn, at the end of all their activations. So now we need to do the exploration phase, to which we find a clue. So we're 2 clue away from finding our Darkstone deposit. But we do need an encounter. But we also do we got the world token. So we are going to a whole nother world. Exciting. So I'll put that here to show that we got tokens. And we also have a world card that we have to bring in. We'll first do where the world's going to be, or the portal's going to be. So let's go ahead and roll on that first. It's a 3, so the card says a 1 through 3 is on the far side. So put an end cap here. And we got ourselves a painted model of this, but you know what? I'm going to grab one of these. Do I already have one here? I think there's swamps of Gargano. I need to grab one from the forest. And it's not what I'm looking for. There we go. This way y'all can see. I think it's a tile. Yeah, so that's where we're heading. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that card. And that's now a world. And what we'll do is when I get there, I'll decide. When we get to that point, we'll decide what world is coming, which world it is. Luckily, the stream does all that for me. So that's the end of his turn. We did that. We need to do an encounter now. Was there an encounter for this spot? There is. I might as well do it. It's always fun to add a little extra, because that horrible light and everything that was messing with the players. Oh, okay, so it's the shadowy hole is what I'm looking for. it is. Again, I'm going to remove these from the deck. And I might actually add them to the stream so that when the card does come up, I can just type in the name. The card will pop up on the screen for us. It might actually work out really well. So, Shadowy Hole. A dark hole catches your eye, burrowed into the side of a mossy embankment. As you step closer to get a glimpse inside, something shiny glints in the firelight. You could probably reach that without going too far inside, right? Random player needs to make a luck test. Now, if it's Murphy, that would be amazing. But we'll see who it is. Again, I go by initiative order on this. And I might actually just put that in here as well on these. So Enrique's going to be a 1 and 2. Montana's going to be a 3 and 4. 5 and 6 is going to be Samu. And then 7 and 8 is going to be Murphy. On a D8 roll. It's Murphy. So I get a 4 on this luck. So that's 4d6. And I need a 6 plus. And he does have a grit? Yes, he does. I'm going to... Well... You know what? Let's just read what it would be. Actually, no. Let's leave it suspenseful. So... He's going to use a grit to re-roll those 4 dice. Are you kidding me? Murphy! So, what happens is... I have no way to fix this. Hold on a minute. I didn't buy a potion. I was going to tell myself to buy a potion. I could have used it on this. Oh, well. If successful, draw a loot card. If failed, it's a pretty long paragraph here. The glint was off the eyes of a massive skull spider hiding in the shadows. Lunging out of its hole, it sinks its teeth into your arm, covering you in sticky webbing before retreating back into the dark. Take D8 wounds, ignoring defense, and gain D6 webbed markers. Murphy. So he takes D8 wounds. 5 wounds. And he also gets D6 webbings. 3. So let me get the tokens. I could have sworn I brought them out. You know what? I'm just going to use the bleeding markers for now. Because they're right here. That kind of sucks. And that's on Murphy. And I do have the webbed card up. I just need to figure out what exactly it does again. I thought I had the webbed card. Oh, there it is. So, webbed markers. It's a status effect for each webbed marker a model has. They are -1 movement, and take +1 damage from every enemy hit they take. At the start of the model's activation, it may make a Strength 5+ test. For every 5+ rolled, remove 1 web marker. Adjacent friendly models may give up an attack to make a 5+ test like this to help remove the markers. I might actually have them spend a turn removing all the web crap from poor Murphy. So that is the end of their activations. So that's... I'm going to put that over here. And I might actually keep that up because... Which one was it? Undying Streams. I'm going to keep that here because that's still a remain in play card and bad things are happening. So, and now put you over here. And now we have the final encounter for that room. Bones in the dirt. Tripping over something under the moss, you look back to find bones and skulls protruding up from the moist soil below. Random player makes a lore 5+ test. If it's you, Murphy, I swear to God, man, you better pass this. Oh, it's going to be Enrique, and he has a lore 3. So, let's see what happens. He needs to make a 3d6 test. He does have a grit to use if he needs to. What is with everybody rolling poorly today? He's going to spend a grit. I do kind of like the outcomes being a secret till we actually pass or fail. Makes it a little more fun. That's a 5. Yeah, he gets it. If successful, you lean in for a closer look. For each 5+ rolled, which he only got 1, draw a scavenge card. If at least 1 6 was rolled, also draw a loot card. Oh, that would have been sick. If failed, ambush attack. Draw a threat card and blah, blah, blah. So, that's that bad boy. And that flexion is driving me crazy. Might have to move the cards. But anyway, so that means we need to do a scavenge. Did it say may do a scavenge, or you have to do a scavenge? Draw a scavenge card. Didn't say you may do it. So here we go. What does Enrique find? Of course, he is not having any luck scavenging. So he needs to make 3 horror hits. 2, 3. Which room are we in? He's a 6+ willpower right now because he's standing in that doorway. No, he's standing in that other room. He doesn't make any of them. He takes 6. I think Enrique... No, dude. I am so glad that we got that double 6s earlier. This would have killed him. So, Enrique takes 6 points of sanity damage. He is back having some problems. So, but he does get 10 XP. So, we'll add that XP in. And there we go. Put that miserable card away, please. So that's the end of the exploration phase. We've done the encounter cards. We've done all that. We're now moving on to the end of the round. I might do that. When it reaches 0, I might have it just pop up with encounter phase or next phase or whatever. We did find another room, though. So we're still at 7+ on the... Hello and greetings. How's the questing? Mad Arts! How you doing, brother? I don't know, no fights so far, but the encounter cards have been pretty brutal, man. They've been pretty brutal. We went to town. We went to a mutant town before this adventure started, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. I actually ended up getting some really, really awesome buffs to help them get rid of their mutations, their injuries, and all the stuff from the past adventures. So, got very lucky there, but it's also a very dangerous place for people who are not mutated. I'm loving the new health and XP. What's the colored numbers? So, as you can tell, health is red, blue is sanity, green is the corruption, and I need to fix the corruption. I keep forgetting to do it. I mean, they're working. It's just whenever I set them, the player stats, it automatically sets them to the highest number possible. I shouldn't be doing it. Should be setting it to 0. But, but the number you're seeing underneath the bigger white number is the maximum value. So you're seeing their actual health that they currently have, and below it is the maximum health. So this way you get an idea of where they're at. And I'll give you an example. So what happens is that bloodied rules in D&D, you're under half health. I kind of am doing that with this. It's kind of like, as you're seeing right now on Enrique, his sanity's glowing a little bit, if you noticed. If I actually go down the initiative order, you'll see it. So his sanity's glowing. It's showing that he's under half of his sanity right now. So it's kind of giving you an idea you're in trouble. And I'm going to be adding more features in there, like when you actually do hit 0, it's going to basically kind of decolorize the whole thing. And it's going to come up with a little, like some words or lettering that says injury or madness or whatever. So this way we know what we have to do. I need to fix you, Streamlabs. Anyway, we're still at Enrique. So he's in that room. Did we do the hold back darkness? I think we got to hold back darkness. I don't think we actually rolled for it. Let me take a look. And of course, my logbook's not showing up. I don't think we rolled for it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for it. We got it, 7 plus. Next is intern Enrique. Enrique's first. So Enrique is going to... Yeah, if you've noticed, I've actually added the initiative. Initiative's now working in the game, so it's lighting up based on who's next in line. So Enrique, he needs to make a horror test because he's standing in... He's activating in the Undying Screams room. So he has to make a horror test at 6 plus. I knew he wasn't going to get it. So he now takes just one horror hit. So, actually, what's the 2 rule? If the darkness is currently... Okay, we're good. The darkness hasn't been moving. We've been passing our tests. So he takes 1 point of sanity damage. He's now down to 3 out of 10. So he's now going to, because he's been using his grit, he's going to go ahead and roll for his grit. Doesn't get it, but he's getting the hell out of that room. It's too damn frightening in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we need to get everybody on Murphy. Murphy's last. Actually, I'm going to go back. Before he moved, he's going to help Murphy pat down Murphy from all the webbing. So he's got a 4 strength. He needs to make 5 pluses to get rid of the webbing. He basically just said, screw you, buddy. 4, 5. And after his turn, it's going to be Montana. She also has to make a horror check. But she's at a 5 plus because she's got a better willpower than everybody else on the team. But she still doesn't manage to get it. So let's go ahead and remove 1 sanity from Montana. Good, it's working. Sorry, I'm always checking to make sure it's working because there are little bugs here and there I'm noticing. Now she's going to roll for her grit. Yep, she has only got 1 out of 2. She gets it. It's another feature I'm going to add to it, is I'm going to add pretty much everything. I'm at the point where I'm like, I want to get rid of this, and I want it all on here. So she gained that. She's now going to move up. 1, 2, 3, perfect. And she's going to try to get the webbing off of... Murphy. She's got a 3 strength. She needs 5 pluses. Nobody seems to be helping poor old Murphy. So next is a Samu. The Samu's still on that tile too, so he takes a willpower check at 6 plus. Nope. That brings him down. Where is he? Player 3. That makes him lose 1 sanity. So he's down to 10 out of 12. I need to bring the initiative down too. So he's down to 10 out of 12. He's going to use his strength to help Murphy. Come on, buddy. All you need is a 5 plus. He gets one webbing off of Murphy, so he's down to 2 webbing. And he's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to get ready for what's to come. And now we're at Murphy. Murphy needs to also make a willpower test of 6. Does not get it. So Murphy is now taking 1 point of sanity damage. 15 out of 17 at this point. And what's he gonna do? He's going to spend his action to remove the webbing. Wasn't there something at the beginning of the turn? It's at the beginning of his activation. So he's got a good strength. I think he's got a 5. Yeah, Murphy's got a 5 strength. You should be able to make this. Are you kidding me, dude? This is some serious gnarly webbing. It's called a skull spider. Well, I do need to roll for his grit. He's going to spend the tonic. He's going to get 1 grit back, and I'm going to re-roll all of those. So, actually, yeah, he's going to re-roll all of them. Come on, buddy. There we go. He gets rid of the rest of the webbings. My God. So, he's now going to move on up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to scavenge. Nothing. That's fine. Go scavenge is okay. So, that's the end of all their activations. We already did all the stuff in this room. That's it. So now it's basically the end of the turn. So we have a hold back the darkness at 7+. Murphy raises his lantern. Double 6s. Now, the rules again in this world are different. So it's either we get rid of poisons. So we don't get a grip back on this one. But we could get rid of poisons, and we can... What else? Do the 2d6 for the health and whatnot. So, Enrique's looking pretty banged up, so he's going to heal up. Montana's got some damage. Everybody's got a little bit of damage. So let's see what everyone gets. Enrique's getting 2d6 back. He's getting 7 points. That is just enough to bring him back up to maximum sanity. So we'll bring him up 7 points. He's back to maximum sanity. Next is Montana. She's going to gain 7 points. She's actually doing all right, but we'll just go ahead and put that into her sanity. Next is Isamu. Let's see what Isamu gets. I mean, worst I could roll is 2 1s. All he needs is 2 health, so Isamu's going to get back that many points. He's back to full. And this has been a good roll so far on our depth event stuff. And then finally, we have Murphy, who needs a little bit of everything. That spider hurt the hell out of him. He's getting 6 points back. Not quite enough to bring him up all the way, but what I'm thinking about doing is I might distribute 4 points into his health and 2 points into his sanity. Or actually, yeah, that's about right. So 4 points into his health and 2 points into his sanity. And now he's full sanity. Everybody's doing pretty good. Awesome. So we're at the beginning of the turn. The webbing's off of Murphy. Enrique's first. He's going to roll for his grit. All excited to actually add this stuff to the stream now because I feel like I can avoid that and just look at this. Doesn't get it. So he's just going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a puzzle piece. He's going to look through the portal. And what he finds is a new world. And what world does he find? Drifrikindera. Oh, God. That's awesome. So, I'll give you a view of what the overlay looks like. So, yeah, think of Killzone from PlayStation, the Hellgast, or Hellgun, the site, the actual world. So, it's a very toxic world. Very cool that we're there. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome and horrifying, because this place sucks. So, let's see what the rules are for Tradera. It's no man's land, so it's a special rules Tradera's location. Cratered battlefield. All exploration tokens gain an extra time 1 encounter. Oh no! So extra encounters for every single exploration token. Use the Battlefield Scavenge deck, which I haven't added to the stream. So I'm going to have to pull that card deck out. Or maybe I can add it to the stream? I might actually make that my project for tomorrow's stream. Because if I can get that out of the way, I need to add that. There's two other scavenge decks in the game. If you have the expansions, Tradera has the Battlefield Scavenge deck. And the, what is it called? The Wastelands has the Wasteland Scavenge deck. Or the Badlands, or whatever it's called. Hold on, it's the... I forget the name of the world. But there's another world that's basically Mad Max-ish. And, I think it's called the Blasted Wastes. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm going to need to get a new mic boom because that thing is failing. So, I think it's damaging my table. It isn't. It's just sliding off. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a new boom. So, there's like different types of different types of scavenge decks in this game. I think there's like 4 or 5. But anyway, so use the Battlefield Scavenge deck while in Tradera. For each one you get on a scavenge roll, take 1 horror hit. Once per scavenge roll, you may re-roll one of the dice. Pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and hide that out. And I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab the Tradera deck, and then I'm going to end the stream. Or actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and end it here because I do have to spend a little bit of time prepping for the gaming. So we'll leave this all right here. The beauty about the stream is that it's being all saved in a JSON file. So when I come back tomorrow, everything you're seeing here is going to stay. So I don't have to make any changes. Unless somehow the files get corrupted or something. So it might not be a bad idea for me to write down the information as a precaution. But we're looking good. Everybody's set up. Next stream, we actually should be rolling to see what's on the other side of that, or getting a tile and putting it down and seeing where we're going in Tradera. Time Roller, yeah, good stream. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to be adding a lot more to this. I'm hoping I can add the scavenging deck like I did for the other scavenging deck and the loot deck. I'm going to see if I can do that for tomorrow's stream. It shouldn't be hard. I already have all the cards scanned. I just have to add some variables to the stream and to the scene switcher. And I need to program it to recognize it being used. And then, of course, I have to add it to the stream deck. That is actually a lot to do, but I know in theory it should be pretty easy. I think I just copy and paste most of what I did. So, but again, thank you so much for showing up. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm going to be gunning for 2 o'clock Central. If not, 3 o'clock. All depends on weather conditions, all that stuff happening. If you're seeing any issues with the stream and connection problems, it's also because, again, in where I live, the only internet I can get is Starlink, so I'm kind of at the mercy of Starlink connecting. Now, luckily, I'm in a location that it's just clear skies everywhere. There's no trees, no nothing. So connecting is great. It's just when we have any cloud coverage, I'm gonna have issues. Like yesterday, for example, I noticed the stream died twice, and I have 3 streams from yesterday's, so it's just how it is. But again, thank you all for coming out for the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to end on that note. I'm going to raid into another streamer. Let me get my keyboard out a little bit so I can put my... There we go. Let's see who we have streaming today. Should have had this set up at the beginning, but I was kind of in a rush. And... who are we going to raid into? Ooh, Misfits Gaming is playing. Game night? Not sure what game they're playing. Jeffer Castle Sports. Warp Charged Gaming. They're playing Warhammer 40k tournament game. Oh, that's cool. First blind playthrough. We're gonna go ahead and join. I'm gonna go ahead and raid into. I'm gonna go raid into Warp Charged Gaming. They're playing a live Warhammer 40k tournament game. Not sure if you're all into that, but 40k has always been a really cool. Well, for me, it's always been a fun game. I haven't played it in years. I used to have a demon army and a chaos space marine army, so I had like a. I think I had like a total of around 8,500 points worth of demons and chaos space marines combined. I had a little bit of everything, and a majority of my demons were painted. And every day I look back and I'm like, I kind of wish I kept them. So we're gonna go ahead and raid into them. Looks like they're in the middle of. Oh, nice. Yeah, they're pulling out the rulers and everything. That's great. So we're gonna set that up. Again, thank you all for showing up. I am going to pull out here. There we go. Tomorrow, we're going to start around Endless Fires. Bro, I missed the stream. I'm sorry, man. But you can still rewatch it on the channel if you want to. I added a few other things to it, as you might have seen. Yeah, 40K's time. I love 40K, especially if you read the books. The books are top notch. But we did a town. We did what we do. We did a travel. We did a town stay, and then we started the new adventure. And I'm gonna pick it back up tomorrow, around 2-3 o'clock Central. And books are peak. Yes, they are. So I'm gonna pick this back up tomorrow around 2 or 3. We just started this adventure. We're only, I think, like 4 rooms in now, 3 rooms in, because we got to the hallway. That room. Yeah, so we're only 3 rooms in right now. But we did get to another world, and we happen to be going to one of my favorites, and it's Tradera, which I'm hoping to start a campaign on soon. And it's going to be, I'm going to be using the Factions deck, which is playing as Traderan's, actual Traderan strike team. So I'm going to let you all go and raid into the 40k game that's happening right now. And again, thank you all for showing up. And you all take care.